this nigga. You gon' respect this lava. I'm shooting it if I pull it, boy. Make sure you want this drama. I bring it to you like it's Law and Order SVU. Turn you to a vegetable, now you look good inside a soup. Family come from Bishopville, but I grew up in that Bronx Zoo where they shoot you dead in the street and then dance all on top of you. And I do what I gotta do to make a dollar.
It was like Crips couldn't go nowhere. Like Crips didn't exist. Like coming from Crown Heights, Crips is everywhere. I'm from Utica Avenue. I be in the 90s, mostly around the GS9s, niggas and stuff, Lincoln Terrace area. I was under the impression that most of New York was Crip. When I got to the island, there was a rude awakening that everybody was blood. You know, and if you wasn't blood or affiliated with Bloods, you wasn't good. You know, and I was with the adults, and basically every second you see the it was ringing, like it would be ringing, like the alarms would be ringing for like a cutting and stuff. And when you would walk up in a dorm, they would check to see if you're blood or if you trip or if you bang. But a few dudes in my neighborhood was blood. I was in dorms with them. I never was forced to check in. I wasn't using the blood phone calls and stuff, but I noticed that certain dudes that was in a dorm, they was forced to wash underwears. Like Bloods was making dudes wash niggas' underwears. They had the guys doing a dance like "Don't Hurt Me, Blood." You know the
yeah, I seen dance? That. I seen both of those things happen. It's called the medication dance. Yeah.
It was a song that came out years ago by that female rapper, and she was making the rain dance. They was doing the same type of dance, and you had to dance and sing it while they spanking.
Chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup.
Yeah, the chicken noodle soup. You was doing that dance while they spanking you. And check this out. This is gonna sound like a complete lie. They had dudes pulling down their pants, showing their ass, like dancing like Beyonce. They was putting their hands on the wall.
Yo, I seen that too, man. I seen that too. Well, at the time, they wasn't like making them pull their pants down and all that, but they was making them do the Beyonce booty dance and all that while they was slapping them, punching them in the ribs and the face and all of that. I don't know how a nigga could let himself go through that, man. I'd rather get spanked a million times, bro.
My thing is this: I'm a man first. Like certain things, like. I got beat up by the COs when I first came in. They told me I gotta, even when I was young, you gotta strip down, spread your legs and bend over and cough. I said, yo, I'm not doing that, bro. I said, yo, so you became an officer so you could look at niggas' ball sacks and ass? I said, what type of for you? I said, yo, I ain't got nothing up my ass. I'm not bending over. I'm not coughing. None of that. They called these guys, they called the Ninja Turtles. They basically slammed my head down, split my whole shit at the time. I had to get staples right here on my head, and basically they put me in a cell. They fed me, and they made me poop and check the poop in the toilet. You know, and I was like, when I came to the dorm, some of these so-called gangsters would talk tough. A couple of the Bloods would try to talk tough to me. I said, look, we was in intake together. When that motherfucker told you to spread your cheeks and bend over and cough, you spread your cheeks like a slut and you bend over and cough. You know? I said, yo, but you talking tough to dudes that's in here for unpaid traffic tickets, arguing with his wife, stealing in Macy's. Y'all spanking them. But where was all this energy for the officers that was arresting y'all? Where was all this energy when they told y'all to bend over and cough? I said, yeah, I got spanked by the officers, but I ain't bent over and cough. I can say that.
Facts.
You know, so they don't like to hear that type shit, you know, but I saw gangs come, New York come before the gangs, and it was like, yo, it's real crazy. I literally watched kids that was real pussy back then. Back in the early 90s, you couldn't walk around with Timbs on your feet. Dudes was getting fucked up for Timbs. Polo jackets. I remember they had the suicide goose. You may be too young to remember this. They had the polo goose. They had the suicide man in the front right here. They used to call that the suicide goose because it was suicide to wear that back then. And dudes was getting killed on the A and the C train in Brooklyn, the 3 and the 4, going to Brownsville, you was getting killed. Like me back then, I used to hang around Van Dyke with my boy Isaiah. They knew me in Van Dyke and Tilden projects, but I can't go running through Brownsville. Brownsville was super dangerous. But these so-called guys that was official dudes putting pain in the street. What I don't understand, you putting all this pain in the street, y'all come to jail, but y'all letting COs telling y'all to bend over and cough. That's crazy. I'm not bending over and cough. I'd rather get slammed to the floor, get put in a cell, tell me to poop, and they check it, I'll do that. But I'm never bending over and cough. No man is going to make me bend over and cough. No man is ever going to make me put my hand on the wall, do no Beyonce dance, do no rain dance. I'd rather get spanked every time. And that's that. And dudes respect that. You know what I mean? They see you get spanked out the first crib, 1 or 2 cribs, and they see you willing to put pain and fight. These dudes really want to pick on dudes who's really not like that. So if you're willing to cut, you're willing to do all that, yeah, they'll leave you alone basically. It's pretty much like your shit that you be saying on your channel about like when you come into a dorm, you had a few people who was like running the crib, and you had like basically like the soldiers, the people that was trying to be down, trying to be on the team. You had that too.
Yeah.
And that basically, that came from back then. To really tell you the truth, back in the early 90s, when adolescents, when they would, at 19, when they would turn 19 and they would come in with the adults, basically, they would send dudes on mission. Dudes that was running the jail, they didn't want to catch charges like that. Even if you was 19, you was cutting people, as long as you was under 25, like, the charges will go away, believe it or not. Like, you could basically stay out of trouble for 5 years and they get off your record. So dudes was just basically using the young cats to spank Crips, Bloods, Kings whenever they come to the dorm. And the main dudes that was running the crib, they want to keep their position of power. They don't want to get kicked out the dorm. So whoever was trying to be down on a team, those were the people inflicting the most pain. Either them or the most brokest thugs. You know what I mean?
That's a fact. That's exactly how it be.